What up, everybody? How you doing today? My name is David Franco and welcome back to my gaming channel. This is my first ever gaming room tour on this channel. I've done numerous tours on my main channel, you know, ranging from my house tour to some office tours, and I think I've done a couple gaming room tours over there. But on this channel, I've never done a true gaming room tour, and I realize 99.99% of you have probably already seen this on my main channel, but I figured why not make a tour on this channel? I mean, it certainly can't hurt, guys. So this one's not going to be as long as my typical style, but with that said, if you have any questions about anything you see in today's video, please comment right below, and I promise you, I will reply. Enjoy. So doing a quick pan around the room, it is important to note that I'm using my GoPro Hero 10. So in other words, I'm not really using a high quality camera when it comes to exposure, meaning my room might appear a little dark, and plus the dark walls don't really help all too much. But I will say, I recently painted these walls a few weeks ago, and I am so happy with the outcome. In my opinion, my streams look so much more professional now. And I just like the dark vibe. I mean, in my opinion, if you're doing a gaming room, a movie room, or any kind of entertainment room, white walls are a big no. Because, well, black and dark gray kind of blend in with the media. For example, the dark gray blends in very well with my TV. It blends in very well with my Xbox fridge over there on my Pac-Man machine. And of course, my monitors. But with that said, let's start over here, guys. This is my Amiibo corner / Nintendo collection, random video games collection. I don't know what to call this corner of the room. Basically, it's a lot of stuff. And guys, funny enough, this is only a portion of everything I have. Most of my stuff is actually in my storage, right behind that door, way back there. But these are the most important items that I could find or think of to put on display, including this. An unopened copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I just never opened it because I just could not resist downloading the eShop version. So it's still in the plastic. So who knows? Maybe I'll keep this forever, or maybe, just maybe, it could be worth a lot of money someday. So I figured, why not just keep it in the plastic? So for now, it kind of just sits there. And as for everything else, I've got Amiibo, I've got old Xboxes, I've got Dr. Disrespect's book. I'm a big fan of the doc. Love him. And down here are my modem and router, which are kind of that's just great English, David. Kind of conspicuously hidden behind the book, which is pretty cool. PlayStation Vita, some random portables that I no longer use, 3DS, all that stuff, Game & Watch. And yeah, like I said, guys, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. And actually, if you're interested in watching the more in-depth video game room tour, I will link it right below. I don't know when I recorded it, maybe a few months ago, I'm not sure. But some things may have changed between then and now. But the general gist of it is pretty similar. It's a lot of talking, just to warn you, so grab a coffee. Okay, so this corner is done. Let's move to this corner. This is the hardest corner for me to record on the GoPro because it's just so dark in here. And it's actually not the brightest day out today. So there's only so much natural light I can get in here. But generally speaking, this looks a lot better in person than it does on video. I've got my jellyfish here. I've got old consoles, my Minecraft Xbox. I love this Xbox One, guys. And actually, it might be my favorite Xbox One design that I own. I just love it. And guys, funny enough, I'm not even like a huge Minecraft fan. I don't dislike it. I just don't really play it that much. But I will say, Minecraft is fun. I mean, I've been through my phases here and there. Yeah, the console is beautiful. Got a giant Mario there. Xbox Series X mini fridge, it's currently off because it's just so damn loud. And I found out I have the model that does not have the eco mode. So it's either all on and loud or off and nothing at all. I don't know. So for me, it's just a big glorified piece that I can display. Maui, you shouldn't stare into blue light. It's bad for you. Why would you do that? Got my Pac-Man machine? Yes, it does work. You can actually play Pac-Man. Check it out. This is pretty cool. Just gonna eat a couple ghosts, and then I'll let them kill me. Maui, really? Your timing is impeccable. There you go. Triple kill, baby. You gotta love it. Alright. Kill me. You gotta love that sound. Alright, for now, let's just turn that off. So yeah, that's kind of like my butcher block corner. And actually, for my longtime fans, you probably recall the butcher block being my main desk over there. But over time, I'm like, it's just not realistic. It requires way too much maintenance. And honestly, it didn't have as much depth as I needed. That desk isn't nearly as wide, but the depth is so much better than the Butcher Block. And I'll talk about that more in a bit. All right, so panning over here, this is kind of like a random plushies corner. We got Tom Nook, we got Mario, Yoshi, some Angry Birds, which I've had for years. And honestly, I don't ever see myself getting rid of them. And over here, we've got a Goomba, Kirby, and a homemade 1-Up plushie. I guess you could call it a plushie from April Sweet. Thank you so much, April. And speaking of shout outs, shout out to Andy Seipel for this light. I promise I will open it soon. Right, Maui? Yeah? I don't know what you're trying to grab. So there you have it. Just some plushies simply to take up space of this corner. My K'NEX Ferris wheel. And now for the main setup. This is where all the magic happens, guys. I am so incredibly thankful for this setup. I have a triple monitor setup. These two displays are on the gaming PC. Actually, I have a quad monitor setup if you want to count that one. So yeah, these two are on the gaming PC. And this one way up here are on the streaming PC. Now, you might be saying, well, David, why is this monitor so far? Well, it's because, honestly, I don't really need it next to me, and plus, there's nowhere else to put it. So this is my main display for streaming and everything. That's where I manage OBS. And if I take this mouse, guys, this mouse is fantastic. I will actually link it right below. It's just a secondary mouse, and the battery life is insane. So, yeah, over here, I can play my music, which is pretty cool. And now that's feeding through OBS. You can see the audio bumping up and down right there. And of course I can change the volume. So if you listen, hear that? Yeah. I love it. And guys, the Go XLR, absolute game changer, especially if you have a dual PC setup like I do. Seriously guys, if you're serious about streaming, not only do you need a dual PC setup, because I'm telling you, it makes things so much easier, but you also need a mixer. And for me, my favorite mixer of choice is the Go XLR. I love this thing. And actually, I use it so much that I could use maybe a couple more faders. But it's a lot of fun. I have a bunch of sound bites on here saved. All these presets. I can have fun with my voice with the effects button over here. I can do beep. Hear that? And I can mute my mic, which I use all the time if I'm coughing or anything that I don't think my viewers really want to hear. And right above my setup is my Samsung TV. You gotta love it. I think it's 55-inch. I could be wrong. It's definitely not 65. But hey, it's a TV, and I often have it in the background playing media because that's just who I am. I like having things play in the background as I'm gaming. And these are the Elgato L. There is an L in there. These are the Elgato lights that I have, and guys, I love these so much. And these are actually interfaced to my Stream Deck. So check it out. I can turn them off. And of course I can turn them on again. And my Hue lights, which are scattered all around the room, are also interfaced to my Stream Deck. So I press that and you can see the lights shut off. Press it again and the lights turn on. Isn't that awesome? Guys, I love it so much. And anytime I record a gaming video for this channel, I simply press record right there. And now OBS is capturing right there. You can see the little red dot light up. And I simply press it again to stop it. And then that's saved to a folder that I have on the desktop. And then I drag that file or files into my Google Drive. And then I download those files from Google Drive to my MacBook Pro downstairs, import those clips into Final Cut Pro 10, and then edit. It sounds like a lot. It's really not. This makes it so easy for me. Like, it's, guys, I'm so thankful for this dual PC setup. It's an absolute game changer. Pun intended, because, you know, games. All right, moving on. Anyway, I promised I wasn't going to talk too much, so I'm not going to talk about every single component on my desk, but I just am a huge fan of this setup. But with that said, I'm kind of in the market for a new build later this year. This is ironically smaller than this case, which is funny because this does so much more. And I will say, this system gets quite loud during games like Apex and Warzone. And I currently have a 1080 Ti, which isn't the newest GPU by today's standards. It gets the job done for the most part. I can't get a solid 144 frames per second on every single game. Fortnite I can, because, you know, Fortnite, and Valorant, well, because, well, Valorant. But Warzone and Apex, it's very rare that I get 144 frames. But then again, I am playing at 1440p, so it is what it is. But hey, this PC has been doing a fantastic job. Hey, Zero, are you joining us? Alright, this is my closet. I'm not going to talk about everything in here. Basically, these are a lot of extra items that I don't use right now, but I will use eventually. Like a bunch of collectibles over there. Eventually, a lot of this stuff will be moved over to my cubish area, whatever you want to call that. I have a bunch of audio foam panels, which I did have up on the wall a while ago. I didn't like how they looked, so I took them down. But yeah, a bunch of extra figures. Got some cables there, power adapters. These were sponsors of mine, White Castle and Elio's Pizza. These I will never throw away just because they mean a lot to me. A Twitch pillow is in the closet for a reason. We don't really talk about Twitch on this channel too much. Some candles, because I go through my candle phases now and then. Some extra hardware like keyboards and components, motherboard stuff. Old speakers. These I'm actually going to put on eBay eventually. A microphone that Rode sent me. This is actually a really good mic, guys. This is the Rode Procaster. It's very, very heavy, but honestly, I was a bigger fan of the Audio-Technica AT2035, if you're curious of the microphone I'm using. But with that said, if anything ever happens to that microphone, then I have this microphone. So Rode, thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. Amazing microphone. I just don't need it right now. And well, there you go. There you go. I mean, as much as I want to keep talking, I promise I would keep this kind of brief. Got some random figures down there. And finally, my green screen, which is still not hung up on the wall. I just got to get my dad's help. We're going to brace it right here. Or mount it, whatever the correct terminology is. Then have it come down so I can pull it down, put it back into the ceiling, and have lots of fun with green screening. I have yet to do that, but I will eventually, I promise. But at the same time, honestly, guys, I'm in no rush because I really enjoy showing my face cam right here and like showing my actual background. For instance, when Maui walks in, the chat room loves it. When Zero walks in, the chat room loves it. And I don't know, I just like showing my background because in my opinion, it's just more personal that way. But I'm not against the idea of using a green screen at all. Otherwise, I wouldn't be owning one right now. It's just I'm in no rush to set it up. But with that said, eventually, when I do get it set up, it's going to be a lot of fun with VR. And I don't think I mentioned this recently in a video of mine, but one of my biggest focuses with my next PC build is VR. Yes, I will be buying myself a Valve Index. It's very expensive. Isn't it like $1,000 or something like that? $1,200. I don't know the exact price anymore. But VR will definitely be a big focus of mine. And I'm so excited to stream VR games in the future. Maybe by the end of this year, realistically. And for that, my fellow gamer friends, yes, is where the green screen will come into play. Because green screen and VR, those two just go together extremely well. Anyway, guys, there you have it. There is my gaming room tour for spring 2022. What do you think? It's not the most fancy gaming room compared to other gaming room tours I've seen on YouTube, but I will say it again, I am very, very proud of my setup and how far I've come. So guys, once again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them right below. I'm just making sure the cats aren't fighting. Sometimes they don't like each other. Sometimes they do like each other. I don't know. Cats being cats. Thank you guys so much. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Please don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate it. Peace. I know, Zero. I'm telling them.